Hello there and welcome to Owl Diary number 47. We find ourselves here in the middle, if not late October. I'm just out walking the dog. Where is she? Oh, she's there, look, there she is. Jessie, the Cocker Spaniel, down by the canal here in Ripon, North Yorkshire. Really lovely little day. It's a bit of a wet one, a bit misty. If you look across the fields there, there's not a lot of light, but it's still a lovely day and it's quite warm actually. I might take my coat off soon. So first I'd like to update you on the rescue work we've been doing. So we do, as a non-profit element of the business, rescue injured or unwell wild birds of prey, owls and raptors, and we rehabilitate them and release them back into the wild. Now recently, just in the last 5 to 6 weeks, we've had 3 buzzards come in. One of them was mildly injured, and after a few weeks with us in an aviary feeding, it was released back into the wild again. The other 2, however, we believe had bird flu, and this is something which is going on still, a really bad strain of the bird flu. Now, we have our own quarantining measures when we bring wild birds in. They don't mix with our birds, of course, but not even with any of the resources and equipment. We have a 5-day quarantining sort of system, and then they can go into an aviary after that, which again is still separate from the other birds anyway. One of the buzzards came in and died that night. The other one was taken straight to one of the vets, Bishopton Vets, just outside of Ripon there, who I work with sometimes, and the dog goes there as well for her checkups. And they had one in. They asked me to come in and have a look at it for them. I was able to tell them it had no injuries on there. However, it died there in their hospital within just a few hours. Now, I have a theory as to why buzzards, out of all birds of prey, might be more likely to catch the bird flu. And this is because they are largely scavengers. A buzzard will fly around, glide around the sky, and they are very common in the UK, see a dead bird on the floor and think, oh, there's lunch, not knowing, of course, that it's died from an illness that it could then consume itself and get ill itself. That's one possible reason why I've personally seen quite a few buzzards come in. We had just a couple of days ago a short-eared owl come in, and that unfortunately was very severely injured. As you can see here, rather graphic and really quite bad. We gave it some painkillers, but it died just a few hours later, unfortunately, from its injuries. We have got a barn owl in at the moment, though, as well, that came in about a week or so ago, and it's had its quarantine. It's now in the aviary, and it's very shy and timid. Of course, it's a wild bird, but it is eating 1 or 2 large mice a day, or 1 or 2 cockle chicks a day. So it's doing well. Fingers crossed that one we can release back into the wild very soon. So currently we're doing our flying shows and handling display at Farmer Copley's down near Pontefract there for their pumpkin festival. In fact, here is a short clip to give you a bit of an idea of the flying displays we do there.
To 3 really loud, and if you just catch up to a bit of round of applause, okay? This will be a good finale of the show. Are we ready? Big count to 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Go! No, that was rubbish.
We've also had lots of weddings. We've started in more care homes. In fact, in November, I've currently got about 11 or 12 care homes booked already, and that's down to a promotion I've done with my friend Rob. This is the flyer we've done. Rob Hutchinson Magician is known as, and I'll put a link in the description to his YouTube channel so you can take a look at some of his videos there as well if you wish to. There's some really interesting reactions actually to some of his tricks. Right then, I think we're going to get on with this walk. We've got a fair bit of way to go. Dog's over there. The scenery here is beautiful. It's really quite serene. Just the canal, the trees. Autumn is certainly here. And in fact, next week the clocks change and then it gets dark about 2:30, doesn't it? Hope you enjoy the rest of this video. It's another day and another event. In fact, a private booking here at Allerton Castle, which is kind of in between York and Harrogate, near Knaresborough in North Yorkshire. It's a really beautiful venue, lots of garden space, and of course we're doing a wedding with our barn owl Bailey. He's delivering the wedding rings. Shh, it's a secret for the guests, so I'm hiding around the back as the guests go in now, and he'll be flying down the aisle to the best man, actually to the groom, and the best man will be helping him, and it's for Rin and James's wedding. They've come over from America to enjoy their wedding here at the castle. Then after that, I'm doing a flying show, so I'm going to go over to the fields where I'll be flying the eagle owl, the Harris hawk, and then after that a bit of handling with the barn owl and of course Gizmo the Scops owl, and I'm sure Henrietta, our big eagle owl, will get a few handling moments as well with some of the guests. And this is something we do on a regular basis. We're doing 2 or 3 weddings this month, and we do most of them around the Yorkshire region, but we do provide weddings all over the country actually, and into Scotland and Wales on occasions too. And they're lovely to do because it's the one thing in falconry where I get to dress up smart like this, so it's quite special for us. And today's a Monday. We've noticed a lot more weddings taking place on weekdays, and this is partly because of the post sort of lockdown era and people rescheduling weddings and finding slots that fit. But I think more importantly and more crucially, it's actually a slightly cheaper day, and it's a nice time to do it. If people want to come to your wedding, they'll get the day off work and come and enjoy it with you. So another wedding to enjoy with ourselves today, and hopefully, well, I'm sure it will go well. They always do. Either way, whatever the birds do, however they fly, people always really enjoy it. So I thought I'd finish this Owl Diary by showing you myself here in a primary school, doing a school visit, and it's an all-day school visit for a reception class, which I must say is putting myself to the test there because I've got to make it last the whole day. But I've got a selection of snakes, and they're down in the boxes at the moment here. Now I tend to find that care homes and schools, especially with very young classes, tend to have the heating on full. So I'm checking the snakes and they're very warm down there, so I have no problem at all. I'm quite warm myself. And I'm doing different sessions throughout the day with the different animals, and this afternoon we're going to go out here and fly a couple of the birds of prey as well. So the kids are really enjoying it, and of course, as I've said before, school visits are really important because this is all about educating children from a young age and giving them that starting grounded information in animals and wildlife and the environment, which I do feel is very important. Hope you've enjoyed this Owl Diary, and thanks for watching as always. Till next time, we'll see you then.